Ferrari has stopped asking for permission and started dictating terms. The energy in Maranello has shifted because they believe they have found an edge rivals cannot copy. This is a mechanical revolution that rotates the rear wing flap 270 degrees in under 400 milliseconds. The FIA has approved it, and the weapon is live. Charles Leclerc now drives a car that solves the problem haunting his championship dreams. He no longer chooses between defending tires or attacking on straights. The system adds up to 10 kilometers per hour to top speed without sacrificing balance. But legality is only the first hurdle. The real question is whether Ferrari has cracked the code on tire preservation. To understand why this device could break the season open, you must first see the trap every other team is stuck in. Formula One cars are trapped in a brutal zero-sum game. More wing angle creates grip, but also resistance that kills top speed. Under new regulations, the old drag reduction system is gone. Cars now use active aerodynamics, where wings must change configuration seamlessly. Most teams manage this with subtle tweaks. Ferrari chose a dramatic approach, where the upper wing rotates into an inverted low drag position. This creates a larger path for airflow with minimal resistance. The result is a potential gain of 8 to 10 kilometers per hour. The brilliance is not just speed, but the ability to run more downforce in corners than remove drag on straights. If Ferrari achieves both without disturbing balance, the advantage becomes massive. But there is a reason every team has not already copied this idea. Whenever a team pushes boundaries, the paddock reacts with suspicion. Ferrari invited the FIA to inspect the design at Maranello before the race weekend. Officials judged it to comply with the strict 400 millisecond activation requirement. The system was formally homologated, which means it is legal. This preemptive move shut down potential complaints before they could start. Fred Vasseur remained calm because his team knew they were on solid ground. A questionable idea can be banned, but a legal idea must be beaten on merit. This forces rivals like Red Bull to develop their own solutions instead of waiting for a ban. Red Bull has introduced its own rotating wing, which sparked accusations of copying. However, there is no confirmed evidence of theft. Both teams likely arrived at similar solutions independently. Visible similarity does not mean equal performance. The wing began as a risky experiment during preseason testing in Bahrain. Ferrari did not commit to using it immediately because they needed to understand its limits. In China, it ran in practice but was removed before qualifying due to insufficient mileage. This caution reveals how wary engineers were about high-speed failures. A filming day at Monza provided crucial data on long straights. By Miami, Ferrari brought a major package and confirmed the wing would remain on the car. This marked a shift from experiment to permanent weapon. Before Silverstone, the team rushed a more aggressive version with a revised diffuser and exhaust changes. These components addressed weaknesses exposed in Austria, where Ferrari struggled with tire degradation. They needed a car that could produce performance without destroying the rubber. The revised package arrived at Silverstone to fix tire issues that plagued the team. The new wing worked with a redesigned diffuser to create a wider balance range. This meant the car remained stable across different corners, rather than feeling nervous. Charles Leclerc capitalized on this consistency to secure Ferrari's first victory. Lewis Hamilton finished third, which proved the upgrades worked for both drivers. The win validated the belief that Ferrari had solved the degradation problem. It showed the system could survive a competitive weekend without failing. But Silverstone rewards stability more than extreme drag reduction. The real test lies at Spa, where the track demands everything from the car. The wing must perform two opposing tasks simultaneously within seconds. If it fails to transition smoothly, the driver will feel the imbalance immediately. Spa-Francorchamps is the ultimate examination for any active aerodynamic system. The car climbs through Eau Rouge, where rear stability is critical for survival. Then it accelerates onto the Kemmel Straight, where every bit of drag becomes a penalty. The wing must create downforce for corners, then shed drag instantly for the straight. This transition must happen cleanly without disturbing the car balance. If the wing creates a sudden shift, the driver loses confidence in high-speed sections. Ferrari has developed an aggressive version for this race to maximize the difference between configurations. One weakness will be exposed immediately if it exists. There is no place to hide at Spa, where elevation changes test every component. If the system works, Ferrari may have the most complete package on the grid. Red Bull has introduced its own rotating wing concept, which looks similar to Ferrari. This sparked accusations online, but there is no confirmed evidence of copying. Both teams likely developed similar answers independently because regulations push them towards same solutions. The appearance of a parallel concept tells us the paddock believes this direction has value, but visible similarity does not mean equal performance. The details determine whether the system creates a genuine advantage. The shape of the main plane and geometry of the upper flap matter immensely. The position of actuators and interaction with the diffuser are critical. Mercedes is watching closely, knowing they cannot afford to fall behind. The championship is now a technical arms race where innovation beats imitation. Teams must understand the Ferrari solution and develop their own response quickly. The open loop is now resolved with clarity. Ferrari has found a way to reduce drag without sacrificing the balance that destroys tires. The Macarena wing changes how the entire car can be set up for any track. At Spa, the system faces its toughest test, but the reward is a championship-defining advantage. Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton now have a car that allows them to attack with confidence. This puts immense pressure on Red Bull and Mercedes to respond before the next race. The technical arms race has escalated to a new level where innovation determines the winner. Ferrari has bought themselves a fortune in performance currency. In Formula One, speed is currency, but balance is power. And Ferrari just bought themselves a fortune.